Hey guys, it's Hannah and I'm here today to share with you how to get out of a reading slump. So, this past year has not been a great year for reading for me. I was thinking, what can I do? What type of video can I make? Because I cannot seem to get out of this reading slump. Like I have been reading, but it's just not been where I want my reading to be at, like what I'm reading and how much. So I have decided that this would be a very accurate description of what I've been doing this year for reading. So these are my tips for how to get out of a reading slump, or how to keep yourself reading when you just don't feel like it. Option number 1, pick up a light and easy to read comic book. Okay, this one's a little, well, that's upside down. This one is a little not so light, but these are just fun and they're fast reads, so you feel like you are getting the momentum because you are finishing something. And they're just fun and easy reads to get into, and they'll make you laugh, and they're just overall a gripping story that will pull you back into the reading mood, in my opinion. So tip number 1 is pick up some graphic novels that you favor. Tip number 2 is going along with tip number 1 actually, and it's picking up a light and easy to read book that you don't have to think too much to get into. You don't have to remember what's going on in the story and keep track of several different backstories. Just something light and fluffy and usually contemporary, especially in my case. So this is what I would pick up. And the French Kiss, it's light and fun. I actually really should pick this up because it is really light and fun, and it might get me out of my reading slump because I'm still kind of in one right now. I'm liking the books that I'm reading, but I just am not feeling very motivated. So I might be picking up this one. You will find out in my wrap-up. Stay tuned. Tip number 3, pick up an old favorite. You can't go wrong with something tried and true you know you love. You don't have to feel too concentrated or involved in the story because you've been into it. It's like visiting home again. So pick up a favorite story. This has been one of my favorite stories that I have read in recent years, probably recent 2 years. Garden Spells by Sarah Addison Allen. I cannot preach her books enough. They're so much fun. Magical realism. Go check them out if you are in a reading slump or just in general. They are really good books. Tip number 4, pick up an audiobook. So I thought the audiobooks last year, during my 100 book challenge, my first time ever doing it, I thought audiobooks were cheating because you aren't really sitting down and reading a book in your hands or even on a Kindle. Because someone is reading it to you. And I have now gotten over that prejudice, and I love audiobooks. They are great. I've been traveling a lot for work, so I just plug it in and that's what I listen to when I drive for, you know, like an hour and a half, 2 hours each way. So definitely been getting some good reading time in through there. So I rent some of my audiobooks if I have them available at my library. My library actually has an app. It's called Overdrive. So definitely go inquire into your library, see if they have audiobooks, because it's pretty awesome to have to rent or be able to rent them and not have to buy them. But you can rent, or you can also buy them at Audible too. No, this is not sponsored. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks this month. So that is definitely helping me get out of my reading slump and helping me get back into the books. 3 years ago, I kind of got into reading audiobooks or I guess listening to audiobooks while I worked out. And so now I always associate Vampire Academy with working out, so it gets me motivated in that aspect too, so that's kind of nice. And I feel like while you're listening to it, if you're doing it like a repetitive task that you always listen to your book and do something, that you'll forever connect it, and I feel like that's nice to have an extra connection that you can make with your book versus reading, you're just reading. Don't get me wrong, I love reading, but it helps me remember it a little more when I have other tasks going on with it. I'm a multitasker. Tip number 5, check out some booktubers on YouTube, whether it's hauls, whether it's reviews, whether it's wrap-ups, whatever gets you motivated to read, watch them. Whenever I am like feeling the bug that I'm not like in my reading zone, I sit and watch some of my favorite booktubers and they like get me motivated to read. I know that I usually turn to Catty-tastic because she is so enthusiastic about her books. Jessie the Reader has really good reviews. Xtina May, Toshopolis, all of the big booktubers are really great to watch. Well, any booktubers, to be honest. As long as they're enthusiastic about the books they are reading, it helps me motivated and makes me want to A, go buy more books, B, pick up their book, and C, just pick up my books in general because I want to be as excited about books as they are. So, that is my next tip. Tip number 6 is to do readathons. Now, some people either love readathons or some people hate them because they find them stressful. I personally love readathons. I like a challenge. I usually set goals, like page goals, and I usually race against my husband. He reads way faster than I do, but we'll do page goal or page numbers. So whoever sets out enough time, and usually his downfall is his video games, so I stand a little bit of a chance against him. But we do our own personal readathons with each other. We do Goodreads readathons. I know there's Twitter sprints. They're all over. You just have to look for them. And those definitely get you motivated because other people motivating you too. Like, keep reading, and like they'll tweet at you and it's really fun. And then my last and final tip is to just give it a break. You can only read so much. Don't put pressure on it. If you don't feel like reading, maybe it's for a good reason. Take a little break, watch some Netflix, enjoy your life, go hang out with friends, and just relax, because once you will pick up a book again, it will be nice instead of forced, and you won't be resenting it and wishing that you weren't doing it. I hope these help you guys. If you guys are in a reading slump, or if you get into a reading slump, you can remember these. I would love to hear some tips that you guys do, because I am not having a very good reading month. So I'm definitely going to pick up some of the books that I actually suggested in this video, because I'm like liking the books that I'm reading, but I'm not engrossed like I want them to. So I might be picking up some of my old favorites. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.